I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for Across the Void, Chapter 19, Breaking Point. The chapter contains sensitive related to torture and violence. Player discretion is advised. Hi. Now playing as Nova, you and Sol are poring over several storm charts when Oberon pokes his head around the bridge door. I was wondering if anyone has heard from the Marshals. They sent me a comm about heading down to Akana to investigate something. Eos messaged me, said not to worry, it's just a routine mission. Sol rolls up the charts with a displeased expression. Atlas needs to leave this system soon. We're on a strict schedule. Tell them delays are not an option. Oberon fiddles with one of the feathers in his hair, averting his eyes to try and hide his uneasiness. Something's wrong, isn't it? Oberon, tell me everything you know. There's something more going on, isn't there? Oh, well, they went down there to rescue a team of marshals from the Void. What? If the Void are involved, we need to act fast. Do they carry homing beacons or anything of that kind on this kind of mission? No. If EOS VSS tracker is on, we can pinpoint their location on the planet Synthaka. Static noise bursts out of E. This tracker's on, but this can't be right! What is it, V? Which part of the planet are they on? I'm gonna guess, yep, not on it. They're not on Akana! It says they're parsecs away in uncharted region of space! What? Whole thing makes me uneasy. No time to waste. We've got to act. I'm not sitting around here waiting. Every second counts. Exactly. The first few hours are the most critical. Letting out a jagged breath, you sit down in your captain's chair. Shields up. Red alert. Warp nut. Plot, of course, the location of the Marshals. We're making a slight detour. Captain Alara, we have orders to fly directly to Cyber. If we alter now, we may not arrive in time to greet the Vanguard and Juror representatives. My first priority is the well-being of everyone on Atlas. Admiral Demos, Zeke, Eos are all part of the ship. I can't abandon them. Then you're among the most noble of captains. Not all possess the same sense of responsibility. I'll take that as a compliment. After typing in a series of commands alerting the other crew and passengers of your intentions, you place your hand on the controls in front of you. Hyperspeed is fully charged. Initiating sequence in 3, 2, 1. Not bad. It's probably the only redeeming quality of this game. There we go. Thanks. As the ship slows, you gasp at the wrecked ship just outside the viewport. Should we try to help? Oberon points to what lies beyond the damaged ship. There's no one left to save. Keep looking. Slowly, ripped hulls, broken wings come into focus, illuminated by the lights of distant stars, while an array of intangible pieces remain blanketed in the darkness. You gasp as you realize the skeletons of hundreds of thousands of ships fan out across the black void of space in every direction. Where are we? It's called a ship graveyard. This must be the Void graveyard. We've been trying to pin down its coordinates, but haven't had any luck. The vessels are all Void? No. Vanguard mostly. Almost every ship you see here belongs to murdered Marshals or Vanguard soldiers. No matter how many we send to look for them, they slaughter us, leave pieces of us as part of their twisted collection. Lives could have been saved if they asked the rest of the galaxy for help, instead of keeping us in the dark for years. The risk of a galaxy-wide panic was too great, or worse, others joining the Void forces. Why would anyone want to become part of the Void? For those who feel their lives are out of control, the Void can be very appealing. No. Above all else, they value power and exerting it over others. His expression hardens as he looks at the graveyard filled with his fallen comrades. They take whatever they want, and either destroy it for fun or make it as something far more dangerous. Oh. I don't understand that kind of thinking. How can they justify destroying lives for personal gain? There's always also fear. The Void sometimes asks their victims to choose between joining them or being tortured to death. But mostly the Void are true chaos. Their leader presents whatever ideals will appeal to each of his recruits. Many are brainwashed and twisted to believe the galaxy is their playground, as he does. A beeping noise cuts through the bridge. Soul flips through the display on his console. Captain Laura, we just received a hail from Eos's Marshal fighter ship. Patch it through. A projection of Eos biodroid Ion appears in front of you. You saw Eos and the others get taken by the Void? It's not your fault, Ion. We'll get them back. You did the right thing letting the automated recall protocols bring the ships back to us. Ion makes a robotic sniffling sound, then disappears. Unlocking the hangar bay now to let the fighters dock inside. As Soul's long, elegant fingers move over the screen, he glances up with a worried expression. Several void ships are patrolling the area. They seem to be orbiting a large planet, but there should be no planets out here. Oberon sucks in a deep breath as he gazes at the image floating over the first officer station. It's the rogue planet under Void control. The Vanguard have suspected its existence for some time now. Do Eos and Zeki know about this? Oberon shakes his head. No, it's highly classified. Part of my job as head of security is to gather information about any potential security threats. The Void are on the top of my threat list. Since you know so much about them, how can we sneak onto the planet if the Void monitor the whole thing? Oberon is silent for a moment, then rushes over to you, dragging one of his legs more than the other. Check for any Void wreckage. If the stealth tech is still intact, we might be able to hook it up to the Atlas. You type in the command and smile as a match appears on your scanners. Got one. You really think this could work? It'll take some grunt work, but it should allow us to avoid their patrol ships and get down to the surface undetected. And before Diamond Choice. Adding the cloaking technology will also help you make a quick escape later. Don't bother. There's gotta be another way to get past them. I'm sorry, I follow the Federation of Planets guidelines. We do not use stealth technology. For an idea, conform a group of Void patrol ships zoom into view. Captain Laura, what do we do? Watch as the Void ships race towards you. Try to hide in the graveyard. Let's fly behind the wreckage. Spinning the control screens, you maneuver the Atlas behind a large smashed cruiser. Maybe they didn't. Glowing red lights of Void ships appear, raining fire upon you. Shit. You have died. Do we not even have shields in this thing? Oh my god. Make them chase us and steer. Everyone hold on, I got an idea. Spinning the controls on your screen, you jerk the Atlas to the left, diving between pieces of wreckage. The Void ships follow you, but sudden movement causes one of them to clip its wings and spiral out of control. Whew, that's one down. You dive down into the tight space between a torn hull of a long shuttle, and several more Void burst into fireballs behind you. Damn, you really can fly. For the final spiral, you cause the remaining enemy ships to crash into each other. This is not how this works. We have a massive luxury ship, and we're beating small fighters. Alright. They won't be raising the alarm now. Leaving the destroyed ships behind to rot like their previous victims, you guide the Atlas towards the rogue planet and onto the dark, barren surface of the void homeworld. Oh, this place looks like fun. Leveling as Eos, as you regain consciousness, the smell of decay fills your lungs, and a sticky mist clouds your vision, rising up from the orange roots tangled between your feet. Pinpricks of pain dot your arm, where your captor's spiked gauntlets pierce through the fabric of your uniform into the skin as you're dragged towards a row of rusted metal rockets. Get your filthy hands off of me. Quiet, Marshal. The soldier smacks you across the face, and you feel blood coat your mouth as your lip splits open. Ugh. You struggle against your captors as they strap you into one of the rockets, restraining your arms, legs, and chest. As they step back, you see Barlow standing before you with a smile on his face. Marshal Alara, I'm so glad to see you awaken, just in time for the party. Barlow, you don't have to do this. Whatever the Void has on you, the Vanguard can help. You're not alone. All of us are alone. That's the only thing certain in the galaxy. That's how we live and it's how we die. You're completely psychopathic. There's no reasoning with you. I'm not the one you should worry about. The prince walks away with a smirk, his robes flowing out behind him. You call out his retreating form. Coward! A loud banging sound vibrates through the rocket as a giant cell sets his hands down on either side of your head, instantly silencing you as the noise cuts through your eardrums. I'm gonna ridicule. Hello there, what sparkly eyes you have! Really stunning, I could stare into them all day. So this guy's the Void Leader. Come here! We're doing this. And you've got the smile. Remind me to carve off your face to add to my collection before I'm done with you. And this is the shit I do for to improvise voices. Steps back and claps his hands together. You may call me Quandary. Being on a first-name basis gives torture a new personal touch. Barlow tells me that you fought valiantly on Oshala. Too bad you weren't enough of a challenge to sustain his appetite. You were a fair match. I accept that. He had an army to hide behind. Next time you won't be so lucky. Barlow reappears with another group of Void soldiers who are all restraining Zeke, Demos, and Aquaria. Forget what voice I gave her, and we'll go with high-pitched again, I don't know. As you get a closer look at their torn, blood-stained clothing and see the full extent of their injuries, you let out a soft gasp. Oh no. Quandary's eyes glimmer at Barlow as their prisoners are each wrestled into a rocket and strapped down. More guests of honor, my prince. You spoil me. Of course. You know I would give you the universe. And more. Are you two... You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals? With Quandary and Barlow temporarily distracted, you turn your head to whisper to the others. Zeke and Demos are on either side of you, while Aquari is further down. Hey. Is everyone alright? Any serious injuries? I'm fine, it's mostly bruises. I wouldn't mind giving the Void a few to match. A rattling drum sound pulls your attention to a table made of bones where Quandary stands with his arms outstretched. Let us hear a great big welcome to our guests. I could have gone with Bane, but I would have to actually strap this thing on them. Cheers from the hundreds of Void gathered around the rise steadily into a roar until Quandary silences them with a single movement of his hand.
Years ago, at the height of the void's greatness, the marshals destroyed us. But we have risen stronger than ever. This time it is the vanguard who face extinction.
The crowd around you stomps their feet as their hollers grow more frenzied. Their leader jumps down and grabs your chin roughly. Nah, I'm still civil in the face of death. Galactic quandary biting your tongue and letting the hatred in your eyes burn into him.
Gouging out your pretty eyes now would be kindness. You wouldn't have to watch me slaughter your compatriots.
He releases you, turning back to his soldiers.
When we take back the stars, we will return our enemies to the void from which they came. The black velvet arms of space will embrace them with open arms, marking our overwhelming mercy.
As he speaks, you take in the fervor of horde soldiers, and the icy grip of true horror overtakes you. If only we could actually see a horde of soldiers.
To honor the great sacrifice, the others will have no choice but to join us and live without limits.
The soldiers begin chanting, pounding their fists to the air. Quandary turns back to you. You're gonna start speaking again, aren't you? God damn it.
Time to entertain my guests. Let's start with a game. Pick the marshal you like the most and see what they win.
I'm not doing anything you say. God help me.
If you don't choose, I'll put the three of them on skewers to feast on for our banquet tonight.
Spreads out his arm, dramatically showcasing Zeke, Demos, and Quarry.
So who's your favorite?
Who should play the game? Me. The blaster on your most charming smile. I'm my own favorite marshal. Quandary lets out a deep chuckle.
Normally I'd say you were lying to save your friends, but in this case, I believe you. Too bad that's not how the game works.
Boy later turns his yellow eyes on Zeke. You said I could pick.
I lied. Choose him.
It's okay, Eos. You don't have to protect me. Turning back to the crowd, Quandary raises his voice to be heard over the barren surface of the planet.
On to the first challenge! Bring me a torch!
Cheers erupt, and within seconds, Quandary is delivered a square-shaped device with a long nozzle. What are you gonna do with that?
We're placing bets to see how long he can stand the pain. Once the metal base of his rocket starts heating up.
The soldiers begin shouting out wagers. Quandary switches on the torch, and the position's steady blue flame, so it's against the bottom of Zeke's rocket. The rocket begins to glow red, and the metal absorbing the heat and carrying it throughout. Please, stop! The leader of the void laughs cruelly.
I've only just started.
As the surface turns white-hot, Zeke lets out a blood-curdling scream. Not till next week. Next week we will hear a blood-curdling scream. I'm just... You'll hear it. You watch in horror as Zeke struggles against his bonds, trying to arc away from the metal burning his skin. Hurting others makes you weak. I'll do whatever you want to stop. Torture me, not them. Feel like option one's a no. It's actually yes, but no. I don't know the leader enough to pick a thing. And we've already put ourselves up for torture once, and he didn't choose us. I'll do whatever you want to stop. Please, I'm begging you. Quandary turns off the torch, turning to you with a sinister grin.
Now that's what I like to hear.
Cruel eyes roam over you, stopping at the Vanguard symbol on your chest. Something flickers across his face and his gaze darts to Demos, narrowing in on the same marks stitched into the white fabric of her Thule robes.
Have I mentioned how lovely your clothes are? They're so different from the martial uniform.
Demos grits her teeth. What an honor to be noticed. He runs his fingers along the frame of the open metal door on Demos' rocket. It swings gently on its hinges. Ooh, this is gonna hurt.
I've never seen a Vanguard mark featured so formally. It makes me think your rank may be higher than your pretty cyber pet.
You try to hold Quandary's attention as he eyes you, anything to keep him from focusing on Demos. I've always wanted to have a psychopath find me attractive. With a smirk, he refocuses attention on Demos.
Tell me who you are, or I'll have to guess it's someone important. And if that's true, you'd make a fantastic grand finale to my fireworks display. Normally I keep my guests alive a bit longer, but I'm willing to make an exception for a superior Vanguard officer.
Quandary smiles pleasantly, then turns away, grabbing one of his soldiers by the scruff of the neck.
If I don't see fireworks in the sky in the next 5 minutes, I'll use you as kindling to help send off our distinguished guest.
Quandary steps away to give the soldiers more instructions. You struggle against your bonds, leaning as close as you can towards Demos. Her eyes find yours, filled with a sorrowful acceptance. She nods, letting you know she is willing to die to protect you and the others. Her voice is a whisper. Stand down, Eos. Demos, you can't. That's an order, Marshal Laura. Yeah, well, I'm all for breaking the Prime Directive a couple times, too. You glance back and forth between Demos and Quandary, your mind racing. Illusion of choice, illusion of choice, illusion of choice, illusion of choice. Follow orders and sacrifice. A sob catches in your throat. You can't ask me to do this. Please let me help you. I know I can think of a way out of this. Not without putting yourself and the others at risk. It's my job to keep you safe. A tear rolls down your cheek. Demos, I love you. I had to tell you before. I know. I love you too. Shooing the soldier away, Quandary spins back around to face Demos.
Have you decided to tell the truth about your identity?
Demos rips her gaze from you and faces the Void Leader with her head held high. I am Admiral Demos of the Vanguard. I've taken an oath to protect the galaxy. It's how I've lived, and it's how I'll die.
That's the best news I've heard all day.
He slams the door of her rocket shut and begins the countdown sequence. Through the clouded glass, Demos' eyes find yours once more, and she mouths something to you. Together, we eradicate the darkness. Tears pour down your face, but you hold her gaze. Well, for it is up to us to keep the stars bright. The rocket launches into the sky, soaring into the upper atmosphere, and then explodes in a sudden burst of fire and smoke as fireworks span out against the horizon. Okay. I can respect that. Now, playing as Noah, the crew stands gathered in the hangar bay, but the group seems much smaller than before. Are we waiting on anyone? Meridian is standing to Holmes in the med bay, and Corvus is with Argo. There are only hours left of Argo's memory left before it is lost completely, and Corvus is spinning them at his side. But everyone else is here. You nod sadly and then turn to face the rest of your crew. As most of you know by now, the Void have taken Admiral Demos, Zeki, and Eos as prisoners. They're being held on the planet below, and I'm going down there to attempt to rescue them. It won't be easy, but I would do the same for anyone on Atlas. We're a family, and that means no one gets left behind. Damn straight. I'm coming with you. I wouldn't miss the chance to kick those Void twits in the next week. I'm going to. The Void aren't taking anyone else from us. My fighting skills leave much to be desired, so I will take care of those on Alice in your absence, Captain Alara. Okay! Feminist power, let's go! I'm sorry, Captain, I can't. If I went down there, that planet would consume me. Behind the crew, Oberyn sits on a storage bin, rubbing an ache in his leg.
I'd do anything to save them, but with my injuries, I'd be a liability. I can't run or hold a weapon.
How can you not hold a weapon? You have 2 good arms, right? You're not an understanding. Thank you, everyone. Now let's... Kepler comes over and slings her arm around your shoulders, standing on her tiptoes to reach. Cap, we can't go down there empty-handed. And I know just the thing we need. This is a stealth mission. If we go down there with weapons blazing, we won't make it out. What I've got in mind is extremely subtle. It's a molecular destabilizer torch. What's it do? Also, why do you have one of those? Breaks down things at a molecular... Let's just say it melts stuff, like prison doors or your enemies. I saw one floating in the wreckage of the Void Fighter out there, and if you send me to go pick it up real quick, it'd be a great asset. There's not enough time. We'll have to make do without him. Whatever you say, Cap. Guess I'll be breaking necks the old-fashioned way. As Kepler leaves your side, Pax takes her place. I hope you know I'm coming with you. No, you're not. Pax, I can't risk losing you. We already know what's happening to Eos. If I lost both of you... Nova, we're leaving that planet together. It's all 3 of us or nothing. The first sign of trouble, I'm throwing you at the enemy. Sawing your gaze out of the hangar, the gnarled homeworld of the Void bursts of fire off the atmosphere, and everything seems to be covered in plumes of ashy smoke. Let's hope it's not too late to save them. Morale is cheerful. Hey crew, Demos died. Morale is really fucking depressed. So hi! This is the first video of choices, doing it with my face. And so you guys get to see my method. Hi. Try not to judge too harshly. I've already been told I'm not as attractive as people thought I would be when I first showed my face, so... So without further ado, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. I did not see that actually coming. I thought it would be illusion of choice and Demos would be fine, but no, it's not. I'm actually kind of impressed with that. However, I do have to nitpick real quick. The fact that you have the Vanguard, you have the Jura, you have the Chief of Security, who's literally sitting on a bin, who is not sending a communique out to any of these people to say, "Psst, we found the Void homeworld. Send help!" We are a luxury liner, and we're going down with a team of 3 women. Even the Avengers would go, no, this is a bad idea. This is a horrible idea. So, I guess we'll see what happens next week. At least, you know, I remember when Tasha Yar died. It was actually the first casualty in Star Trek The Next Generation. At least of a major character. And it was like, wow. And not just that, but she ended up dying yet again in the future. Not really spoilers. It's like 20-some years in the already made. But it was kind of mind-blowing. Also, the fact that Data did die. And then also Data died in a movie. I know, you're going, how did he die twice? Well, timey-wimey bullshit, okay? That's what. Same thing with Tasha Yar. Timey-wimey temporal crap. I'm not going to explain it to you because you probably won't understand it. So, yeah. It's kind of, I gotta say, if they would have led with something like this at the beginning of this, and if they would have led with we were something better than a luxury cruise or like a rules of an engagement and doing a bunch of romance with this book actually would have probably turned out pretty good. But in terms of sci-fi book where it stands, this book is below Dragon Ball Evolution. Can they turn it around? I doubt it. You've already lost like a massive fan base for this book. A lot of people just say they tap and they don't even care to read. They don't care about choices. They don't care. They just want the diamond for completing it. I don't blame them. Which, speaking of diamond, today no ads except for one ad, which was for High School Story. No ads whatsoever to redeem some diamonds. Thanks, Pixelberry. So without further ado, I am done with choices. If you guys want to see more of, let me know in the comment section below. You guys know what to do, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!